So we started getting some condensation in our freezer, and what I noticed is the one side of the freezer door is not retracting as it's supposed to. So it's leaving a gap in this gasket, and that's allowing a lot of the moisture to come in and then freeze up and cause that frost buildup. So what I'm going to do today is I have the parts here. I'm going to remove that side of the door, or the arm that's controlling that side, and replace it so that it looks like the other side where it actually retracts. The two main tools I'll need for this job are a 3/8 socket wrench and just a Phillips, number 2 Phillips. So what I have to do first is just pull the refrigerator out, just so I can unplug it. Always remember safety first. So what I'm going to do here is just loosen up these. It actually, at least this model, it'll hold the door in place so I don't have to worry about it dropping. Should be able to then just lift the door up and out. There's little pins on the side here. Where is it? You can't see it from that angle. But there's a little pin in here that sits right on there. So there's a little bar here that needs to be taken out. That just keeps the left and the right hand side moving at the same pace. So let's unscrew that. Those out. So one you have access to is only through this. A little trick to not drop that. If you have some really strong magnets, what you could do, well, screwdriver should be magnetized, but if it's not, you should be able to just put a strong magnet on that, and that way you won't drop the screw. The other screws back here that you need to get access to. Once you get that loosened up, you might have to loosen the bottom 2 screws, but you might not. So that is now out. So I just had to loosen up the one screw on here to be able to get the metal to go over the top. So you could either do it that way, or you could snap the metal into the plastic before putting the screws back on. So now we just need to put this one screw back here, so we close the arm so that we can see the hole. I would highly suggest using a very strong magnet to hold this to the tip of the screwdriver. You don't want to drop that, because then you have to take everything back off and start over from the beginning. There we go. All right. So pulls back. That's how it should be working. So now what we have to do is set this piece into the back dial, similar to what it looks like on this. So that just snaps right in place. Now we need the bar. So one end of the bar you're going to slide over, and the other end of the bar you're just going to put the screw back in. Okay. Go. And from experience, make sure you put the bottom tray in as well before you put the door back on, because you'll have to take the door off to get the tray back in. That works. Now what we want to do is put the door back in. So we got there's locator pins back here. You're going to want to try to get both of them, one on this side and one on that side. That'll hold the door in place so that you can put the bolts back in. So I'm on both pins. So now I have to put the two bolts in on each side, and the bolts will help to align the door so it's correct top to bottom. Gasket looks good on the right. So now we just need to loosely put the bolts in, and then we'll make fine adjustments to get everything snugged up gasket wise. Now it closes all on its own, so I don't have to push it close anymore. So that should fix the problem. And what I'm trying to do now is make sure there's no gaps when this door is closed. And it looks good from this side end as well as the other side, so I'm just going to tighten up the bolts so it doesn't move. Do the same thing for the other side, just making sure that the gasket makes a nice seal all the way around. So we got a nice seal on the gasket all the way around, left and right hand side, top to bottom. So I think we're good. The only thing there is to do, just need to plug the refrigerator back in, and that'll be it. Back on, so it looks like everything's good. So it's going to let it cool down. Push it back. Alright. Pull it out and let it slide back. Pulls itself nice and tight. So, no more frost issue. So, thank you and subscribe. See you later.